do agree. This is the one thing I need to do, and then I'm quitting my job.
Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Boy, that didn't age well, huh? A video of Alex talking about quitting. Okay, today we are talking the Try Guys. This is part 2, so go back and watch video 1 if you haven't seen it. But we're going to deep dive what's going on with Ned and Alex. Where are we going from here? What's going to happen with Alex? And so many funny things you guys sent and everything else. But I had such an amazing response to the first video. Thank you guys for watching it. If you're newly subscribed, I am so glad you're here. Thanks for being here. But to dive into all this, I want to introduce my favorite co-host, my husband, Jay.
Hello again. This is Jay, a.k.a. Dr. Bad Vibes on YouTube. Thanks for having me again. I've kept up with this as well, mostly the memes. And as I'm sitting here staring at the notes, like, how many people actually know somebody named Ned? I mean, outside of Ned Flanders, I don't think I've ever, I haven't met Ned Flanders, but I've never seen that name on any interaction I've had with anybody or talked to.
Right off the bat, I have to make fun of you for this take. So you're stuck on the fact that his name is Ned, not on what he did with the food baby?
Well, Ned is just one letter away from nerd, and what could be more nerdy than wrecking your family? Poindexter.
Well, how do you argue with logic? Oh, you guys, so much to talk about. Before I do, there's just one thing I really need to go over. I still don't like Zach, and I don't care if you do. I mean, there's nothing personal with the dude.
Except for the fact that he sucks. I mean, if you watch the videos, it looks like he gets paired with Eugene a lot, and it looks like Eugene can't stand him. You know, who knows? I don't know. I mean, you're allowed to like different things. We're allowed to like different things, and we do not like Zach. Keith, Eugene, well, previously Ned, not so much now. I love the videos that are, it seemed like there were a few of the cooking videos where Zach wasn't there, and we're like, wow, these are way better.
Yes, but it wouldn't be the internet if people didn't get mad at you for liking different things. But we're not here to talk about Zach. Oh, no. We are here to discuss Ned. God, now all I can think of is Ned Flanders. Oakley dokley. So go back and watch the first video if you need breakdowns of what was going on. But in case you missed it, Ned is a Try Guy. They have 8 million followers. They're huge on YouTube. Alex is a food baby on the show. She's also a producer. And it turns out these two crazy kids have been hooking up. I want to give a shout out to so many of you, but especially I want to say thank you to Charlie and Paige, who helped me behind the scenes, who reached out with some great information for this video. I also want to put out there that it's hilarious that there's this rumor going around that they're replacing Try TRY guys with Try TRI guys, meaning 3.
Which I've noticed related to all this, and I'm not trying to spin any of this into a positive thing, but the other Try guys were basically handed a bomb that they had to defuse, and they've done a pretty amazing job of doing so far. The potential rebranding and just all the negative exposure that Ned has gotten. I've seen lots of exposure to people who are like, what? You've got Seth Rogen, who presumably took a big bong rip and got on Twitter. He's like, what's a Try Guy? The guys that are left standing are probably going to get a lot of exposure out of this, and probably positive. So, maybe that's good, question mark.
A silver lining, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, a huge thank you to all who commented. I got so many great comments yesterday when I launched the first video. A lot of you talking about Reddit, so I thought this would be a good time to dive into Reddit and talk about because honestly, that's where the story broke and where it came out, and where the pictures of Ned and Alex together were originally posted. But I thought we would deep dive into Reddit and talk about what's going on over there.
But all joking aside, not good for the people involved. And, everybody's got to really feel bad for the family. And it seems, all the tweets are in support of Ariel and the family. Even the Try Guys, they all seem to have unfollowed Ned. And they continue to follow Ariel, so I guess they're still in contact. Same with Alex. I think it looks like everybody's unfollowed her as well. Her future with the company hasn't really been addressed, which we'll speculate on that in a minute. And just looking at more social media, Ariel, she's removed title of wife from her Instagram account.
Yeah, it's absolutely, she's the one who I feel sorry for, her and the kids. They're the ones getting screwed in this whole thing, but I'm glad that the Try Guys have stuck with her as well as the Try Wives. But that leads us to a very interesting thing that was left in my comments and thing that I want to bring up here and discuss. Jay, did you know that they had a date night cookbook that released in last year? And if you want to know how to make good date night recipes, just ask Ned.
That vaguely rings a bell. I think I remember them advertising that, but it's nothing we looked into in depth. But wow, so delicious food is the cornerstone of any good relationship. Wow, that souffle rose to the wrong occasion.
Seriously, ish. Again, I feel bad for Ariel, so if this is something you're interested in, buy it for Ariel, but yikes. Not a good look. I'm not even bullshitting when I say this is straight from the cookbook. They made an I'm sorry cake, so just let that sink in.
To be fair, that would be effective on me because cake is delicious.
Cool, this is a good time to go ahead and tell you I'm banging the milkman from the 1950s.
You're saying there's cake.
So after you're done eating I'm sorry cake, I thought you might like to read this review that somebody left for them regarding the cookbook on Amazon.
A glowing review from Dave. Great for pathetic cheaters. Have you ever had an affair with your engaged employee? Maybe destroyed lifelong friendships and your business just for a bit of that good loving from someone who isn't the wife your entire personality revolves around. Try this cookbook. It won't help with getting kicked out of your house or losing your job, but the cocktails may help you forget that it's all happening.
Wow, quite a glowing review. Same thing going on over on Ariel's Instagram, where she posted about the date night cookbook, people saying that didn't age well and get him for all he's worth, girl. The other insanely coincidental thing, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that I want to talk about is Ned's merch. Do you know about Ned's merch?
I didn't before, but boy, do I now. So he has a brand called I Love Bad Ideas. Talk about living the name. I mean, he's like The Rock with his brand. He's putting it all out there. So you know how like The Rock has his brand. It's all about working out and staying hungry. Well, his brand is about staying hungry for bad ideas, and he followed through amazingly.
Yeah, in case anybody's looking for something for their significant other, they still have the I Love Bad Ideas stickers for sale on their website. So be sure to do that. That's a great idea. Just some of the things I saw, I did see a lot of funny comparisons between Ned and Adam Levine, which I also have done videos on. Check those out if you didn't watch them already. And how they've built their brands around loving their wives.
So plenty of these posts have not aged well, like Table for Three with my wife, and then everybody else is posting in their opinion on it. One of my favorites is it's always the ones you medium expect.
I personally love this one where they compare it to the Ellen situation where supposedly she's like the nicest person in Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. Well, turns out that's a load of shit. And so here we are with Ned, who built his whole persona around, I love my wife. And turns out that's a load of shit.
It's almost like the YouTube version, or I guess, fame version of the Facebook couples that I'm sure everybody knows one. Everything's glowing and unicorns and rainbows on Facebook and social media. But in reality, you know that it's just a burning dumpster fire.
So now let's get into Alex of it all, and what do we think will happen with Alex? I got a lot of comments on this as well. Do we think that Alex will leave too? What do you think will happen to Alex? Jay, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, this is a tough situation for everybody involved as well. I mean, at the end of the day, when you think about it, people are going to go back to all these old videos, pick everything apart, and plus she has to work with these people. Is that going to be comfortable for anybody? I mean, probably not. I wouldn't want to stay, or I wouldn't want them to stay with me. I mean, who knows when you get into the legality of everything, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be comfortable.
You're exactly right. And as you touched on the legality of it all, he's technically her boss. So that brings in a whole nother element. A lot of people are speculating, this is kind of what I think too, is behind the scenes, they'll figure out a way to resolve it. She'll probably get some sort of severance package, and that'll be that. Some non-disclosures will be signed, and then I think she'll be out.
But at the end of the day, I mean, what's next? Talk about throwing your careers away. I mean, the internet never forgets.
Something else I wanted to get into, because I got some comments on it, and again, Charlie and Paige were my internet sleuths. People were saying that they felt like Keith maybe knew something was going on. I'll be totally honest. I searched and searched and searched for it. I couldn't find anything. So this is where I want you to comment. How do you know that Keith knew? What gave it away? I'm just curious. I did have comments about that spicy food challenge, which I had some pictures up of where supposedly they were flirting. And I clocked it, but I mean, I clock it now because I know what's going on, but I don't know that it was overt. You know what I mean? Like, I think now it's easy to see the things because we know what was going on. So Anyway, but do you believe that Keith knew? How did Keith know?
I mean, honestly, it's probably just because Keith is so freakishly tall. Like, he's like 6'6" plus, right? So they were probably just out in a social gathering. He saw over the whole crowd and was like, oh, wait, that's no good. But in reality, like on Reddit, there's a lot of theories floating around, like speculation that they think Keith knew for various reasons. We still couldn't really find anything specific, but I did see the same comments. So if anybody has any other insight, I would like to know.
I also want to give credit to @MelDelirious because she's the one that found that clip of Alex that I played at the very beginning of the episode where Alex is saying, I guess I'll do this and then I'll quit.
So we're just one day in of everybody picking apart all of the old videos. So I'm excited to see what things come out. Like, somebody found an older video where Alex was in a video without Ned, and she says, I miss Ned. That didn't age well. There's probably going to be a lot more that comes out as people comb through all the hours of content.
So another interesting thing that came up a few times in Reddit is this woman reports that she ran into Ned and it was just him and Alex at a Harry Styles concert. And of course, Reddit's like pictures or it didn't happen. And she posted this. She didn't want to be seen, hence the smiley face over her face, but where she actually posed with Ned. But she claims that it was just Ned and Alex there. She thought maybe they were going back to their seats where, their partners might be, but nah, it seems like it might have just been them.
I'm curious to see what more comes out and also what's going to happen with the channel. I mean, obviously the other three guys aren't involved, so are things going to become even bigger now that the spotlight's been shown on the channel through mainstream news?
My guess is the other three will keep going and making videos. Maybe they'll find a fourth. Hey, maybe they'll bring on Ariel as their fourth. Who knows? But I'm very curious to see. I don't think we'll hear anything from Ned for a long time, although his ego might get in the way and he might try to make a resurgence at some point. I don't think Alex will come back. That's just my guess. Oh, interesting note as well. Alex and YB, the other food baby, if you don't watch. It's a sickness, really. But YB is the other food baby, and they always appeared very close in their videos, but YB has also unfollowed Alex, FYI. But yeah, I'm curious to see what happens. I'm curious to see how this goes. I do want to put in a plug for Eugene. I don't think I mentioned it earlier when we were talking about how Zach just bothers us. Again, it's okay. Zach bothers us, whatever. I do like Eugene. I don't think I gave him enough of a shout out yesterday. I called him fun and fashionable, and where the video wasn't centered around him, that's why I really didn't go further. But I like Eugene. I think he is fun and fashionable and brings some spunk to the videos that is much needed sometimes. So I'm down with Eugene, down with Keith. I don't know about Zach. Come at me. I'm okay with it. I know I'll get 100 I love Zach comments. That's cool. Whatever.
Yeah, we weren't trying to leave Eugene out. I think they all bring something different to the table, minus Ned now. But I think that's what made it work. There was a different dynamic. I just don't like Zach's dynamic. Keith is my favorite. I love all of his solo videos he does on food. But that reminds me something that I've noticed while paying attention to this. People that aren't aware of the Try Guys, they've seen their logo with the four of them, and everybody's hyper-focused on Keith about... I mean, he's making an insane face. I mean, he's clearly... He knows that he's comedic, and he makes crazy faces and stuff. So the favorite one I've seen is just a random tweet. It says, I know the focus isn't on him, but if I saw him sprint at me in the dead of night, I would be paralyzed with fear, with that crazy smile, mouth open face. I mean, which I think that's a hilarious photo. I mean, he leans into it. I like Keith. He's my favorite. I'm going to try his chicken sauces. Anybody tried that? Tell us about that flavor.
I did get some comments about Keith saying that you really like his bandmates. And what is it, Lou Burger, I think is his band name? I don't know. But that you wanted some of his bandmates to be the extra try guy. I'd be on board with that. Guys, that's it for us. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for being here. And you better believe as more information comes out, we will be talking about it and whatever other breaking news is going on. And if you want to see more of my stuff, check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps, where I deep dive episodes of Sex and the City. Guys, thanks so much. And be sure to check out Jay's page. He is Dr. Bad Vibes, all one word, no spaces. Check out his stuff. Thanks for being here. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.